What's up, everybody? Yes, indeed, man. I am back, man. I just came from downtown LA, and it's Saturday, and there's a lot of stuff that's jumping off over there in downtown LA, and I will address it, people. But first and foremost, you guys already know I got to give a shout out to all of my channel members, my subscribers, my followers, and everybody that's been interacting with my channel, man. I appreciate you guys very much. This is a fitness channel. A fitness channel with a twist. I always elaborate talking about something about nutrition, fitness, or overall health in general. And then I usually will end with discussing some topic, whether it would be something that someone asked me to address, you know what I mean, about another, I should say, someone that dropped a video and they want me to elaborate on what that content creator had said. You know, so I usually give my 2 cents, you know what I mean? Keep in mind, people, when I come on here and do my thing, man, I mean no one, no harm, you know what I mean? I try to put everything out in the best, how should I say? I try to put it in rated PG for everybody, you know what I mean? I try not, well, I don't come out of character, which I won't, you know what I mean? Even though people try to push my buttons, you know, it's happened to me in the past, and it was with an individual from Salas. You know, he came at me in a very disrespectful way and tried to put a jacket on me. So for those of you that are still bringing that video up, makes no sense why you guys are doing that. There's no beef between us, you know what I mean? I mean, if we ever cross paths, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? Well, anyways, people. Yeah, I'm going to touch on what's going on over there in downtown LA because I was there, you know. But first and foremost, like I said, I am a nutrition and fitness channel, you know what I'm saying? If you want to get started in your fitness journey and becoming that 10.5, shoot me a DM, man. Go check out my Instagram. I got plenty of material there proving who I am, you know, my authenticity. You know, I do have the blue check mark. Yeah, I got over 2 years of material there, transformations, testimonials. I got beginner meals that you could start off with to get going on your fitness journey, you know what I mean? And then once you come to a plateau, then that's when you need to reach out to me. You know, I'll get you going on becoming that best version of yourself. You know, this is what I do. This is my passion. I enjoy helping people, you know what I mean? And I love when I could help someone break the limited beliefs that they've always believed that they couldn't accomplish in life. So anyways, people, with that being said, man, just the other day I was talking about liver detoxification, you know what I mean? And I don't think I really got too into detail on what kind of foods you could eat. So I'm going to break it down to you with some nutrient foods that are really good for the liver, you know what I mean? These nutrient-rich liver foods aid in liver detoxification and create a vacuum effect, helping you lose weight from the midsection. To make these smoothies, combine the ingredients with 1 cup of water and 1 cup of ice. If you're following a strict keto diet, you may want to stick to recipes without pomegranate or papaya. If you've been doing keto for some time and you feel you can handle some of these fruits, then give these smoothies a try. Try to keep your net carbs under 50 though. You know what I mean? It's important. A lot of people, that's where people fail at these keto diets. They don't understand that. So I'm gonna give you just a couple drinks for now, man, just to start off with. One would be spinach and kiwi. 1 cup of spinach with 2 to 3 kiwis in it. Spinach supports healthy blood sugars and can also help remove fat from the abdomen, while kiwi has properties to protect the liver against damage. Spinach and grapefruit increases sensitivity to insulin and improves bile flow. So you can make smoothies with that, man, just to get you started, and that will help with detoxification in with your liver. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, people, there's so many other smoothies out there that you can make. A lot of foods that are good and that support liver, that support the liver. You know what I mean? And like I said in the past, and I'm going to tell you guys today, the reason why I touch on that liver topic a lot, because it hits home, you know what I mean? I was dying from hepatitis C. You know, if you guys don't know, hepatitis C it's a silent killer, you know what I mean? It takes away from your life. You can live a normal life, but you'll be shortchanged. Just put it that way. Instead of living for your full expectancy, you're going to get, you know, yanked away 10, 15 years of your life. You know what I mean? Now I'm free of hepatitis C. Why? Because they came up with a magic pill. You know what I mean? And you know me, I'm usually a firm believer not to believe in those magic pills, but this magic pill actually worked. I just recently got tested again, my blood tested, and that hepatitis C is gone, baby. You know, so I'm not gonna take it for granted and start drinking again and shit, because who knows, my luck, that would trigger it right back up. But anyways, people, with that being said, man, if you want to get started in your fitness journey, shoot me a DM or email me at highpowerfitness@yahoo.com. There ain't nothing to it but to do it, baby. Don't talk about it, be about it. Now, with that being said, I'm going to bring you guys to downtown LA, because I was there, man. You know what I mean? First and foremost, though, let's not forget what today is, man. I know people are taking it out of content, bringing up Mr. Trump, you know what I mean? Fuck that, you know what I mean? Let's not forget what today is. Today is the 250th birthday of our army. The people that gave us that freedom to what we could do today in our country, you know what I mean? We're celebrating their birthday. It's their birthday today, you know. Hey, coincidentally, it's the president's birthday as well as Flag Day. You know what I'm saying? So let's not take this shit out of context, people. You know what I mean? And this is to take me to exactly to downtown LA. You know what I mean? I was down there, and I was right there in the war zone, baby. You know what I'm saying? The shit is real. You know what I mean? It's going off here in downtown LA. You know, there's so much chaos that's going on behind there. But my argument about a lot of this shit, man, I'm gonna tell you right now, and I'm gonna keep it 100% with my followers, my subscribers, you know what I mean, and my channel members, and just everybody that interacts with my channel, man. You know, there's a lot of motherfucking individuals out there, man. They're there because they have an agenda, and they're over there chasing fucking clout, man. You know what I mean? They're over there with their phones doing this, doing all these recordings, trying to stir shit up. All for fucking social media. You know what I mean? It's sad. If you're gonna be there supporting the cause, be authentic, man. Be a real supporter. Don't be over there and fucking making shit worse for our gente. You know what I mean? I see it, man. It burns me up. You know what I mean? I'm all for my gente making their moves, you know. But for them individuals that are out there just, you know, behind the fucking, you know, with their phones out and recording, doing all this, you know, I could see some people doing it, but, you know, there's a lot of individuals, I mean, you could tell that they're just in it for the fucking clout, man. It's sad, you know what I mean? As far as myself, I was down there doing what I was doing. I'm not going to go record it for what, man? I am not that person, man. I frown upon people that do that shit. It's sad. And then when you see people that act a certain way that when you first met them, you know, you created this character, this image of them, you know what I mean? That individual portrayed an image of themselves, but when it comes to the social media, they come out of character, and that really shows the true character of that person. Yeah, I went rambling on, didn't I? That's what this cat does, man. But anyways, man, you know what I mean? It burns me up, you know what I mean? If you're gonna be there for the cause, be righteous about it, you know what I mean? Don't be down there fucking stirring shit up where it's just gonna make things worse for, you know, for the gente. You know what I mean? That's absolutely wrong, you know what I mean? That's being selfish, you know. Give it a break with them phones, you know what I mean? If something is really going on that's absolutely incorrect, hey, go ahead, do what you gotta do, you know what I mean? As far as myself, I'm not gonna record anything to put anything on social media, you know what I mean? Where I come from, that's a form of snitching. Straight up, you know what I mean? There's no way of looking at it, you know what I mean? It is what it is, you know what I mean? I mean, if I seen my gente being abused by another individual, I'm gonna go help my gente, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit there and motherfucking record it. I'm gonna go jump in for my people, you know what I mean? That's just the way this cat gets down, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like I said, man, it's down there in downtown LA. The shit is real. shit is jumping off, man. You know what I mean? Be safe about what you're doing down there, gente. You know what I mean? Because like I said, you can make a decision today that will fuck up the rest of your future. You know, so be very careful with what you do out there. You know what I mean? There's a right way about going about things, and there's a wrong way. You know, I'm hoping for the best for our gente. You know what I mean? And you know, eventually the dust will settle. You know what I mean? And shit will get figured out. But it ain't gonna get figured out in a quicker matter by, you know, promoting violence. I tell you that right now. That just makes it worse. You know what I'm saying? That's the same thing like what's going on with the homies behind them walls right now. From my understanding, they're going on another hunger strike. You know what I mean? They're pushing a cause, you know, for a cause. What it is, I don't know. You know what I mean? Because technically, it's none of my business. But if they need my support, I support them to the fullest. You know what I mean? You know, if someone were to reach out to me and ask me if I could put it out on social media, as far as being like, you know, what's going on, you know, or just to give a shout out to the rest of the audience, to, you know, support the homies that are back there, their cause, you know, I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna sit here and fucking report on somebody. I'm never gonna report on anybody, but I'm not gonna sit here and, how should I say this, man? You know what? I'm just gonna refrain from saying this because, you know, people take shit out of content, and it's just it's crazy. The social media is fucking ridiculous sometimes, man. The way people, you know, people take shit out of context and try to twist shit up and spin their own narrative and all that. It's shit's for the fucking birds, man. You know what I mean? It's crazy. But anyways, people, I think I did enough rambling for today. It's a little warm out here today. It's a beautiful day. And remember, man, 250 years of our army, you know what I mean? My Jefito, rest in peace, was a Korean War veteran. He fought for this country. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure if my Jefito would see what's going on in this day of age, he probably does. He's probably fucking doing flips in his fucking casket. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it real, you know what I mean? Times have changed, man. You know, all we got to do is just hope for the best, you know, expect the worst and hope for the best. That's all I can say, you know what I mean? It's kind of like when we catch a cargo and when we're going to court. I've never been that fortunate to, you know, get an OR or get the Lucky 7 processed in or processed out. My shit always got bonded over to Superior Court. Mandatory. You know what I mean? I've had a judge told me, next time I see you in front of my face, I'm throwing the motherfucking book at you. Maybe not in those words using the F word, but he said he would throw the book at me the next time he seen me in front of his face, you know? And that was at a Pomona courthouse. You know, but anyways, man, you know what I mean? I know when I used to get caught up, all I would do is expect the worst and hope for the best. And I was real quick to try to take a deal because I know what I was doing that they cracked me for, I was absolutely guilty of. You know what I mean? Why would I try to take a chance and take it to the box? Fuck that. A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush, baby. Don't do the crime if you can't pay the time. You feel me? For those of you that are familiar with Beretta, you remember that old show, people? It's to the old folks out there. And not only that, man, I just reached out to an individual, this fool, youngster, man, but he straight up said, you know where we come from? We come young with old souls, baby. Hey, man, I really appreciate when I see these youngsters that walk around with the old souls. Why? Because they have their own, they have old morals and beliefs, man, and they carry that respect. They know what it is to respect the person next to you and be that person that they were expected to be. Let's just put it that way. I don't want to get too deep into that because I'm just trying to stay away from certain things because all it does is invite people to my channel that want to fucking stir shit up. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, people, like I said, if you guys want to get started on your fitness journey, shoot me a DM or email me at highpowerfitness@yahoo.com. And once again, man, for those of you that are down there protesting and doing your thing, do it with professionalism. Be careful on what you do. You know what I mean? I support you guys, you know, but like I said, there's a right way and there's a wrong way, you know. And for my gente and for them fucking fakes and frauds out there, man, you, like I tell you, it burns me up, man. I could come on here on social media and pull a lot of motherfuckers covers, man. You guys, I would hurt your guys' feelings because there's so many motherfuckers out here portraying themselves as being something that they really aren't. And the reason is because I know motherfuckers personally. You know what I'm saying? I know what they're about. And the way, the image that they portray themselves out here, they are not that. Trust and believe. Man, so don't ever piss me off one day, because who knows, I might just pull motherfuckers covers, even though they be doing this about me every now and then. Save it. You know what I'm saying? Well, anyways, people, I doubt if I'm going to be pulling people's covers, you know what I mean? Because that's just not the way I get down. But one never knows, right? No, I didn't get that from fucking Gunner, because I'll get the heat on that too. Oh, that's what Gunner says. I've heard him say that, but no, that's just that's a common phrase that we would use in prison, people. Well, anyways, people, with that being said, man, that's enough motherfucking rambling. If you want to get started in your fitness journey, shoot me a DM or email me at highpowerfitness@yahoo.com. Once again, let's get this channel to 10,000 subscribers. Once I reach that 10,000, I will start doing lives and make this motherfucking YouTube yada active. Now, with that being said, get up and get yours. Let's do this.